Recall alert, arts and crafts to bath time. Hundreds of toys being recalled tonight because they can be dangerous for children. Consumer reporter Marilyn Moore shows us those toys, plus why the chainsaw in your garage may also be part of a huge product recall.
Harbor Freight recalling more than 1 million chainsaws because they can continue running even after they've been turned off. Folks have been injured. The recall involves 14-inch chainsaws sold under 3 different brands: Portland, One Stop Gardens, and Chicago Electric. Harbor Freight will provide replacements beginning Monday.
All right, what's up with this Campbell's tomato soup-ass duck here in the left corner? And why does he look like Candy Wife from Flapjack? Who could forget about Rusty's sister, Krusty, there on the right? And Thomas has been busy drinking the battery juice that powers them. And Bill gave it to him. You know, still more personality than any of the die-cast engine packs. Just take a second to imagine if the buffers of the locomotives really were their eyes. Would coupling up the trains just kind of be like, Hey, what's going on up there? I can't see shit. Ow, what the fuck? I just don't think that's a good design choice. Also, that is not a magnet. Why would you even put the magnet there if it's not even going to be there? That's only going to couple up to a life sentence. I'm sorry, the Lionel James makes no sense to me. Why does his face look like he's about to eat a Krabby Patty? So, did a bit more research. It turns out these are the guard dogs at Mattel headquarters. What's more is every security guard also has to carry one of these for safety. What is the thought process behind this? I don't even know if I can call it an item, a weapon of mass destruction. And where was it November 22nd, 1963? We need answers. Kids, this is what happens when you eat your Flintstone gummies. Keep it up. Why do I not hate this?
Yo, you wanna watch some TV?
Nah, man, I can't. I'm busy playing Interest Orbital, Track the Game. I'm fairly certain this is the one that Leo Kim Video talked about, where the trains would fly from the bottom to the top track deck, using like magnets or whatever, but I think what's scarier is the fact these engines have achieved flight. Alright, reject Thomas. It's about Train and Friends Adventure. Remember, guys, create more happy. I don't know what that bottom part says. I'll get to the engine in a second, but what is going on with this packaging? At the top it says it's die-cast metal, but then it says it's a power saver? What? I think that says magnetic force, and it's a picture of an engine farting, and train grape. Okay, and then we have this engine, which looks like the Take and Play James on a Take-Along Thomas chassis. I'm just so confused. I'm sorry, for 25 cents, I'd rather have the gum that's going to last 10 seconds in my mouth and then just taste like shit than risk losing my soul in this thing. Speaking of these ride-on things, why are they all so cursed and just so weird? Who the fuck is Jasper? What, is this Thomas's creepy uncle or something? I have no clue what PWF means, but they completely ruined the only good ride-along Thomas we had. You know, you can see why Audrey was scared to bring Thomas to the States. Because if so, he would have ended up like this. Let me get this straight. You think Day of the Diesels was a fair representation of Diesel 10's actual character? I do, Murray. And I'm sick of pretending it's not. You all did not have to make... Your hand was not forced. You chose to bring this into this world. Nah, alright, what did Plankton do to deserve this? And of all characters, why is he Diesel 10, the biggest Diesel on Sodor? Why is Plankton the biggest Diesel on... This makes no sense. Like, yeah, I know it's not right, but it's just... It's funny. This is hilarious to me. I used that gas station pill joke way too early. For anyone who's ever wanted to see Percy with Gordon's chassis, here you go. I also love that the truck knows that he's not supposed to be here. He's almost certainly like, I'm a licensed face. This isn't right. Y'all remember Tomato Soup Duck? They actually decided to make a gonorrhea duck. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm pretty sure the South word refers to where he comes from. Hell. Or just where you're most likely to see his symptoms. I'm not gonna attempt to read that box, but I'm pretty sure it says train go-go. And you all see what the train does. Look, I'm sorry, unless you're talking about this Thomas Transformer, they all suck. Get them out of here. Alright, maybe not all of them. This one's actually kind of funny. It's kind of like he's just standing there like, you're gonna give me that fucking Express, Gordon. I'm taking the express right now. You know, I could spend hours talking about Thomas Wood and just complaining about it, but I'm gonna sum it up with a simple statement. It's bad. So this is kind of like Thomas mixed with a subway train, but instead of there being a normal commute on the inside, it's like a rave, I think. And while the lights are distracting you, the eyes are made to slowly suck out your soul. But you're not gonna notice that. Look at the lights. Look at the lights. I just can't believe Salty of all engines got a Viagra sponsorship. Like, really? So what exactly does this thumper thump? Because his face does not say rocks. Thank God, I've been so ready for Gusto Choo Choo. I needed Easy Comedy the mini train in my life. That was a lie. I mean, look, he's got flash, sound, he's battery operated. Probably built by Cybernet as an early form of Terminator, but he is only $10. That's not that bad. Here we see the lost cub, separated from his tribe. He is sad, lonely, for he never knows if he will see any of his kind ever again. The wild can be a cruel, cruel place. Oh, I remember this, Thomas. 996 from the Suffocation Station. That was my favorite one as a kid. All right. Nope. Video's over.
They were importing and selling Thomas and Friends wooden railway toys that had paints or other surface coatings containing lead levels above the legal limit. The company had to recall almost 2 million toys after the high lead levels were discovered.
So here we have Annie on Duck's chassis in Duck's packaging. This is still less cursed than Misty Island Rescue. This Thomas has descended into mad villainy. He looks like he sells NFTs. Tell me what's funnier, the fact it happened or the fact it's gonna sell for $30,000 on eBay? Shortcut shipping. I don't know what shortcut you're taking, but I ain't taking it with you. What does that say? Happy train number, travel in the train world. I will not, thank you very much. See, now some would call this a waste of resin. I would call this a work of art. Or perhaps Geotom. Not only a rare evolution, but wanted in 48 states. For breaking 32 cervixes. Alright, no, you can't be on the dark side and aware of it. You cannot call your Thomas the deformed Tom. Fuck you. You took the joke away from me. See, if you didn't grow up with the big loader, you didn't really grow up at all. But if you grew up with this big loader, you're probably suffering radiation poisoning. Ladies and gentlemen, the iconic characters Blue Car and Green Car from Pleasure Start Off. But warning, the only pleasure you actually get is when you choke on the coal loads. Alright, which one of you all gave Thomas HGH? See, this is the kind of ride-along Thomas you put your child on if you don't want to see it again. Alright, so we're gonna have to do some deciphering here. I think the back thing is what carries the engines and track, and then we have a James Thomas with Henry's Tinder, a Gordon Thomas with Gordon's Tinder, a Henry Thomas with Gordon's Tinder, and a Molly Thomas with Edward's Tinder. What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, the Reverend W. Audrey's famous character, Renessa. Delays at Farquhar? What do you mean Thomas is an inflatable seat now? Send Gordon. Oh, he didn't survive the human centipede trials? Uh-huh. What about Percy? Oh, yes, he's in prison for tax evasion. My mistake. So here we have the Happy Train, which conveniently has A88 on the side, which helps it remember its jail cell. And he has two friends, one named Happy B, who carries liquid methylamine from different drug cartels, and Happy C, who collects unwitting passengers and ushers them into the underworld. He's also a cunt, that's what the C stands for. So here we have another Happy Train, but this one appears to be a ripoff of the Lego Duplo Thomas that ships from Mija. Yeah, where's that on a map? Do you mean measles? Because that's a sickness, not a location. For a little extra context, these are not misprints. These are the fake Trackmaster models that are all over eBay. I want you to take a second to look at these knockoff Thomas toys. Alright, you done? Now take a second to look at the current Trackmaster range. We live in a time where knockoff companies make better toys than the people who own the fucking brand. It's not very consistent, however, as we can see here from Yellow Fever Thomas. So I'm gonna assume you named this engine Trina, instead of fucked up so bad spelling train. What in this set is electric? It looks like it steals the electricity your heart generates to move. And why is this Thomas so thick, bro? What the shit? Imagine you're at the pub with your friends after a long day, and you get served this as a drink. Quick word of advice, don't drink any drink this guy gives you. This actually isn't a train crossing, this is a form of 1800s execution. I don't need to explain. Alright, look. How many Happy Trains does the world need? And you know what? I believe this one's electric because it looks like it'll shock me if I try to touch it. Oh, so... Emily? No, just an abomination. I feel like Thomas and James are mad scientists looking at their horrible creation. This is payback for that ghostly trick. Ladies and gentlemen, the Justice League. Tom Goss, the crank engine, Spinge Bill, the vehicle, Angry Turd, the also vehicle, and Winnie the wheelie-ass bear. In the Smurfs village of all places. This Thomas is actually laughing at you for buying it. Come on. Am I the only one who thinks if you try to bring one of these on an airplane, you should be immediately arrested? I mean, it kinda says DUI. It turns out these things don't even load little coal pellets. They just load your disappointment for having one of these instead of the actual big loader. Or if you get the expansion set, you can load your tears into this thing. It'd be my luck I'd try to set in this and would fall into the back rooms or some shit. Thomas is fixed, you say? We'll send him immediately. Oh, now, Mr. Percival, I can assure you that Thomas is the best engine to escort the nuclear weaponry. You know, somehow this is more accurate than the Hornby Emily. I actually like to think this is Duck, just after Annie consumed him. A nuclear explosion at the harbor, you say? No one asked about your Sodor Fallout AU, Percival.
Bob, a children's toy maker is paying more than $1 million for importing and selling toys that contain too much lead. According to the agreement, the company RC2 will pay $1.2 million.
What's that? My first train. I am sorry for you, but at least you're happy every day, Mr. Super and Train. Or is it JD Bubble? I can't tell. Sir, you have a strange fidget spinner looking face that offends me, quite frankly. Is this like a failed Star Wars droid? Happy trap. Where? To the hospital after I get lead poisoning from eating that little cow? Maybe it's happened. These are the fakes that worry me because a little kid would almost certainly see these and be like, oh my god, it's Streamlined Emily. And suddenly they find themselves with a toy that could potentially be dangerous. For example, there is no way this Caitlyn is not packing a shank right now. Big expressive eyes show my You have more than one? What's that smile hiding? Wow, the little train started off. Yeah, better have. It better not fucking look back either. Here we have a very classic picture of Harold from his Vietnam days. Very notable role in the attack on the Playrail gas station. Alright, this makes me think you should pass a background test before you buy a 3D printer. It's kinda like a gun at this point. Frankly, this plastic could have fed a dolphin. Happy Thomas. Well, it's good somebody here is. If you asked for a Trackmaster Stepney and Grandma brought you this, you're probably not a happy camper. At least you get fun track though, and a truck with no undercarriage. Oh my god, those are both you can't even couple these up, no way. It's so bad I want one. This is how they make their money. The Dirty Bubble spawned from this thing right here. You know, I've said it before, the Bachman-Thomas face would be perfect if it was green with just a little bit more Shrek. What even is this centipede-looking abomination? It's like Russian roulette. Every time you crank the gear, it has a small chance of exploding. All I'm saying is if this was the Titanic, I'd be okay with it being sunk at the bottom of the ocean. That seems just fine. Fairly certain this is just Grampus off a perk. Train. Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? This is actually sponsored by the Emoji Movie. The train's made to crash, just like the movie did. What's even on the oh, so they literally took promotional pictures from Thomas and Friends and replaced the faces with emojis and made that the train. I'm in hell. You know, you could have just left this at Among Us. You didn't have to bring Thomas into it. You could have just let him be. Duncan. Yeah, that's probably as close as you're gonna get. With complimentary sludge tinder filled with real sludge. And Minecraft fence cab windows. You know, I'm assuming this is diecast, but on the chance it could actually fly, I probably would pay the $299 plus $3,476 for shipping. That's not the actual price, guys. Shipping would definitely be more. You know for a fact there's gonna be somebody in the comments down bad enough to say, anybody got a link to this one? If you can turn Thomas into a fighter droid, you can give Annie a nose. It's not that hard. Magic little train. The only thing magical about this train would be if you got maybe 10 minutes of use without it combusting. And second, it's locomotive, you fuck. Somehow, this looks better than the CGI Duncan. I'm just saying. I've looked this thing over 100 times and still can't figure out what it does besides disappoint. Like, do you turn the levers? Do you pull it around somehow? Do you push it into oncoming traffic? I'd do the latter. The valve gear on this Thomas looks like a failed 3D print that they just super glued onto him. If I'm in my house and this Thomas just bumps into me, how do I not punt it down the stairs? I just think it'd be hilarious if they sold just this with the track behind him, so you didn't even get an engine, you got Harold and a gas station. And a loop of track. Why at this point do you just not make a fake Stepney? Like, why do you not just call it Happy Stepney? Or do you even know who that is? You know what? I say we take it the full way and we call these two James. That's money, that's business right there, you're welcome. I seriously want to find this one to buy it, but only to burn it, just to hopefully take one more out of existence in any way I can. Busy Bee James does not need to be disrespected like that, alright? Fuck you. If the face on your Thomas is creepy, you should definitely not make it one of your biggest selling points, but that's just me though. I don't think that's worked for anybody else. Touché, touché. They always just name these the most obvious things, like train set. Yes, duh. How about we name them something they're not, like made from legal youth labor? You know, all I'm saying is it hasn't been disproven that the Caitlyn on top could have been the magic bullet that killed Kennedy. I mean, 50 caliber Caitlyn, just saying, just saying. This is one of those fakes that somehow feels innocent, like it's kind of cute. But that's the problem. And frankly, the Lego Duplo Thomas line was one of the best, so this is just disrespectful on many levels. The more I look at this, the more I realize this cannot function as a toy. This is just some sort of smuggling device. TSA, please do not let this guy on the plane, I beg you. What if in the Thomas universe, the Titanic had a face exactly like this, so it didn't even have to hit an iceberg, Thomas was just thirsty and sank himself? So what makes this Thomas super? Is it super lethal? Is it super effective at being lethal? Oh, I just kind of answered my own question, didn't I? Genuinely, I want to do my best to find every play rail or Trackmaster fake out there and make the biggest set I can with all of them. But you know how they say, don't let a vampire into your house? How does that apply to Lovecraftian horror trains? You know, all I'm saying is, after I've seen this thing, if the Bachman Thomas could blow bubbles, they'd make a lot more in sales. They'd make a lot, season 13 accurate. I just don't get this design. Why would you go through Harold of all things? Harold does not open like that. This is like every knockoff Leo Kim video destroyed in a single picture. Or just like a really bad college brochure that's trying to show diversity. Trackmaster nowadays has dementia or something. Like, this is not a locomotive. I think you forgot what you're here for. See, this is my point. What is a Darcy? Don't answer that question. I don't want to know. It looks like the evil train from McDougal. Is that Peppa Pig as an engine? Gordon, you're in immediate danger. You need to run. Stop smiling. Look, if you're making a merch line, you can't just make Thomas. You need at least green Thomas and slightly less blue Thomas. That's essential. Okay, it looks like his face and back end opens too, so there's like a four-way crossing in the middle of it. That doesn't even sound right. This has nothing to do with this video. I just found out my friend got his tire stolen off of his car. Not even his car stolen, just the tire off of it. What the fuck? Yo, shout out Ohio. That's like the only good thing you guys have ever done. Thomas may have had a botched Botox operation, but I mean, this set is pretty cool. So like the tenders hold 6 fake minis that you can also play with. When did the fake stuff get more creative than the real stuff? Do you know how many trees died for Thomas Wood to exist? Not a lot of people bought them, so like maybe 8, but still, that's too many. All right, how are you gonna turn a friendly old little Thomas into Bastion from fucking Overwatch? That's just, what? I know there's a real version of these because I'm pretty sure I used to have them, but what? Clean your shit before you put them in a ew, ew. All right, before we talk about the Thomas itself, let's take a look at this picture. All right, somebody looked at that box and still was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. At least the actual toy has somewhat decent eyes, but what is the point of it? Light and mute, okay. So you put contraband in the front pocket and then hope the lights and music distract TSA. Okay, I got it, I got it. Alright, which one of you put Thomas and the VeggieTales in a bando? Alright, and what are they selling? I'm not telling. This feels like something you would find on the dark web that would get you put on a list. Thinking back, I think the point of these things was to like get messed up as they would go. Certain parts of them would fly off or come off and you would fix them as they were going on the track. So who looked at a boiler explosion and was like, nah, Trackmaster needs that. That would be fire. All right, look, a product code on the top of the dinosaur head is kind of like, enough. But on the side of the tender too? Really? You know, there used to be a time y'all put that shit on the bottom of the engine. All right, no, you can have the coolest Transformer Thomas in the world. If you name it Steve Trait, you lost it. You completely lost it. Hey, so we're like eating utensils, but I think we have lead in our paint. That's kind of messed up. We're not licensed, it's fine. I don't know if you guys have seen All Engines Go, but this set is like 100% accurate to that. This is spot on. I completely forgot all about I think I still have one. Hold on. Let's see here. Ah! Ugh. 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 Sorry. Get out of my head. Nah, bro, don't do this to me. Get back here. No, quit. Quit. Stop. Percy. Pert. This is not a meme anymore. God damn it. Yeah, those things were weird. Is that the Hellgate Brit? A Thomas in New York, baby. Hopefully not during September of 2001. Look at that. All the Tugs Trust members in one photo. That's awesome. You put 25 cents in this thing, what do you get? Sent to the back rooms. And chased around by this Lovecraftian horror. Can we seriously make this an SCP, please? And never let it break containment no matter fucking what? I'd say these would be great for breaking out of prison. But these two are breaking out. They are the convicts. You know, this begs the question. Did Thomas produce those? Where did they come from? Those aren't Narrowgate. What happened there? The pristine editing on this may fool you, but this is not a real product. This is from Reddit. And I wanted to show you guys this to close out the video for one simple reason. As bad as all of this may get, thank God we do not have a Funko Pop Thomas anything. That will be the fucking day.
It's a busy day on the railway for Thomas and friends. With lots to see and do, Thomas needs a full load of water and coal to have lots of energy and be useful all day.
Boy, we are starting off strong this episode. Harvey, that sounds like an STD. It's crazy that the face is the most accurate thing here, and it's just not. Whose OC is this? Copyright your stuff. China stealing your flow. More lead was used in this picture than the entire Battle of Gettysburg. Mighty kind of looks like the new Weekend. What do the wheels say? Find and learn. Call our friends and follow the light. What light, Thomas? The one to have it? Someone dial Birdie Thomas, please. This product is most welcome among kids. What about felons? It's specially made for little... You just need 3 AA batteries, a little bit of spirit, and boom, little Timmy shooting the Sonic up. These kids talking about smoking alcohol. This ridiculous shit nowadays. Look at what... 1 marijuana. 1 fucking weed. 1. And we've lost him completely. He's gone, alright, into the void. Ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. Either they didn't want to make his mouth after doing the eyebrows, or he knew too much about Henry's doings, and that was solved pretty easily. What the hell am I looking at? Thomas the Tinderant, Annie the... Are they cars? Let me take this fine lad for a spin right here. The longer you look, the stranger it gets. Like, Annie's got an afro back there. James is having a very charged conversation with the Lord, it seems. And I don't know if that's Dash or Bash, but I think they're calling for help. I don't know what coloring book this comes from, but I want to frame it. We got Trevor the Tram Engine, Toby the Traction Engine. We're just going to call that the Wagon, and Gordon, and Tomas. You know what? 5,000 likes, and I'll get a Tomas tattoo. Swear to God. Swear to... You all won't do it. You won't do it. You know, realistically, he fell off the shelf, and the eyeball fell into him or came off, but I think it's funnier to imagine a kid finding it and being like, man, I just want 1 fucking eyeball. Just 1. Or maybe he fought a great battle. A battle that left him scarred, but whole. Whole in the sense that he knew who he was. What he was meant for. World domination. Can you all please let Optimus Prime just chill? Just for like 5. He does not need to deal with this shit too. And why did Thomas bring Percy and James in on this? Leave your bad habits to yourself. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is first date material. You book a reservation at the Red Lobster. You put on the Thomas Spider Monster hoodie. Suddenly, you got a boo, alright? It just works. And that's $1,000 worth of game for $25.99. I take debit. Just look at this man's confidence. That's all from my online court. Look at my Lamborghini, my bookshelf. I watched someone walk into a Walmart, buy one of these, and they didn't even get ID'd. Wake up, America. Wake up. There's so much to dissect in this like, Toby's probably electric now, from what I can tell. Did a face swap with Scruffy for some reason, looking mighty handsome. Or Trevor, I mean, your mistake. The actual Toby, the Craction Engine, or maybe he's just British, the teeth kinda... They're a giveaway. Gordon, but if he takes a single puff, all of his side rods will literally explode. I guess that's why he's so nervous. This wagon has had way more than 1 puff, and frankly needs to be kicked out of rotation. He's had enough, he's fine. And of course, Tomas, which admittedly I could hate more. This is like Thomas in an Ivor the Engine style. And then you have each one of these other guys that represent some sort of sin. How does he keep getting stronger? Is that a fake Golden Bear Thomas that turns into... Wait a second. If a fake Golden Bear turns into that, what does a... What do you know, you son of a bitch?
逼崽子，你真没见过黑社会哈！操你妈的！
What is the top 10 World War II Nazi experiments that didn't go well? Part 1, here you go. I call this one All Engines Gotta Participate in the Nuremberg Trials. If you had this bed when you were a kid, you just had an amazing childhood. Now that I'm a little older, it kind of looks like Thomas and his cursed side rods are gonna take me to the underworld if I sleep in it, but it was fun. What is up with people and making goofy ass side rods? You and Gordon are best friends, aren't you? Percy never came out of the chocolate factory, they just built around him. Then performing an evil seance to turn him into the cotton candy he would be serving to children for the rest of his life. But yeah, that's the story. Tell me what's funnier, the fact they used molds of the capsules so they have that little indent where the wind-up feature would go, or the fact they each have a single eye and are on tire. What anime is this? You know you want some cotton candy, children. And if I run out of these little totes, just pull it off of my face. Or you could kill me, that would help too. Special moving noise. Yeah, I wonder what it is. What could be moving inside of him right now? Not a brain. 7 fun yeah, they're probably like, ow, help, that shit hurt. I need a medic. And that's only like 4. There's 3 more if you press the button.
Really wish that I could pass this.
Oh my on a boat! Why is it fucking massive, man? What are we talking about? My wheels are going round and my face is round and round. That's how it goes. Yeah, my wheels are going round like a bus, man. It's a train. My wheels can never touch each other. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I wonder what it feels like to be a person. No, I don't.
Sweet Jesus.
2 to the 1 from the 1 to the 3. I like good pussy and I like good trees. Smoke so much weed you wouldn't believe. And I get more ass than a toilet seat. 3 to the 1 from the 1 to the 3.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Player from CJ from Grove Street, land of the heinous, gangbangers in cold heat. And Los Santos neighbors get no sleep, beefing with anybody, compete even police. Cold feet and the green rag with gold feet, blast with the flag on the strap, yeah?